Hello everyone, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Signs someone is obsessed with you. Obsession is an energy, and in this video, I'm going to show you the signs you will be experiencing to know for sure whether a certain person is obsessively thinking about you and wondering about you all the time. But first, let me give a quick plug to my subliminal site, Sound and Soulful. Those of you who are regulars on my channel know how passionate I am about subliminal affirmations tracks. In fact, I am so passionate about them. I have created a library of over 100 powerful subliminal audio tracks you can use to transform any area of your life. I'm sure I'll be mentioning certain subliminals later on in this video, but if you would like to check out my subliminals, you can do so by looking in the description box. I will link some of my most popular subliminal tracks you can use to meditate and shift your energy in powerful ways. So, how to know someone is obsessed with you? Like I said, obsession, like anything else, is an energy. But obsession is a very recognizable energy because it is so heavy and so chaotic. Just think about a time when you were obsessed with someone else. You probably weren't eating as much, sleeping as much, or your sleep patterns were all out of whack. Your thoughts and emotions were all over the place. You probably found it difficult to focus on a particular task without thinking about this person. They were just in your head all day long. Now, if someone is having this experience about you, if you're the one on their mind, you can actually feel these obsessive thoughts, this obsessive energy. This energy displays itself in certain ways through these signs I'm about to share with you. The first sign someone is obsessively thinking about you is that you are exhausted all the time. Have you ever heard the pickup line, like, "Are you tired?" from running through my mind all day? That just came into my head when I was getting ready to record this podcast because there is actually some truth to that. When someone is focusing their attention heavily on you, they are, in a sense, intruding on your energy field, especially if you aren't protected. And this theme of protection, of energy protection and energy grounding, will come up several times in this video. So I'll go ahead and say now that one subliminal I've created that is very powerful and effective for clearing blockages in your energy, for grounding your energy, and for protecting your energy from these kinds of situations in which someone is fixated on you or heavily thinking about you. If you feel like you are the object of someone's obsessive attention and it's causing you to feel drained or to feel tense, or to experience any other unwanted symptoms, try out my subliminal for 7 chakra clearing. This subliminal contains 7 powerful binaural beat frequencies, one frequency for each of the 7 main energetic centers in the body. And it also includes over 100 unconscious affirmations directed at each of these energetic centers to essentially clear and dissolve any blockages and allow the energy to freely flow through your being. I use this particular subliminal every single morning to clear and ground my energy, and I've heard others have incredible success with it as well. So again, that will be linked in the description box if you want to check it out. But like I said, when someone is obsessively thinking about you, it will affect your energy. Feeling exhausted is one of the most common ways you will experience this energetic connection. However, on the flip side of that, you could also feel sudden bursts of energy that seem to come out of nowhere. So this especially may happen when you don't want it to happen. So when you're trying to lie down to sleep, or even you might wake up in the middle of the night, and if this person is an insomniac especially, or if they are an early riser, or they stay up really late, or they have trouble sleeping, and they find themselves thinking about you obsessively at these odd hours of the night, you will sense this energetically, and it will actually make it difficult for you to sleep because you may experience these sudden bursts of energy. So I guess another sign, I could call this sign number 3 because I guess that was signs 1 and 2. Another sign that goes along with this is you may experience a disruption in your sleep patterns. So like I said, this could be a result of this kind of, I just got the image of like a teeter-totter, a swing in your energy that seems to go back and forth, up and down, because you may experience these bursts of energy as this person is excited about you and passionate about you, thinking about you. But then over time, as they think about you heavily, day after day, it can also energetically wear you down. So you may experience this very confusing rise and fall of energy throughout the day, every day, as this person thinks about you. Again, especially if you aren't grounded. As a result, obviously, this can really disrupt your sleep patterns because you're receiving these sudden energetic bursts, and then you're also experiencing the slow wearing down effect of this person's fixation on you. Now, another reason you could actually experience these disruptions in your sleep pattern is actually a bit more nuanced. It's an interesting phenomenon that occurs when this person, let me kind of backtrack a little. When this person obsessively thinks about you, consciously or unconsciously, they are actually forming a sort of energetic bond with you. So this bond can actually cause you to merge a little bit with their energy. So this especially happens if you are an empath. For my empaths listening out there, do you ever find yourself accidentally taking on the qualities, beliefs, ideas, or habits of a person you're dating, talking to, or even just someone you met, like a stranger that you just strike up a conversation with? You find yourself kind of modeling their mannerisms, their attitudes, kind of reflecting back to them energetically. Well, empaths especially struggle with this because they are so capable of absorbing the energy of those who are focused upon them, and then naturally reflecting it, that they start to take on pieces of that person as their own, especially if they aren't grounded, if they aren't aware of the boundaries, the energetic boundaries between their emotions, their personality, beliefs, mannerisms, etc., and this other person. So if someone is obsessively thinking about you, part of why your sleep patterns may be disrupted is because you subconsciously are actually taking on their sleep patterns. So if they are a night owl, you may find yourself having trouble sleeping even if you've never had trouble sleeping before. Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat there. Alternatively, if this person is an early riser, you may find yourself waking up bright and early, ready to go, even if you only got 3 or 4 hours of sleep. So obviously, this is another sign that can be incredibly disruptive at times. So this again correlates. This next sign really goes along with what I was just talking about. Taking on some of this person's mannerisms, personality, traits about them. So because of the energetic connection that you now share with this person, as they obsess over you, as they think heavily about you, if you aren't grounded within yourself, within your own energy, by this person's obsessive thinking about you, there will actually be a slight merge between your energies. So subconsciously, you may actually start to emulate things about this person. For example, if this person listens to a certain genre of music, you may find yourself randomly drawn to that genre of music. Or if they hate the taste of one of your favorite foods, that food might actually start tasting bad to you. If they're craving something specific, you might start craving the same thing. There's this kind of slight merge that is happening between you as they are actively forming this energetic bond with you through their obsessive thoughts. So the next sign has to do with bodily sensations you will experience when someone is obsessively thinking about you. So this relates more so to if this person who is obsessed with you is thinking about you romantically, which is the case 9 times out of 10. Because honestly, there's very little besides love or, deep passion, romance that will cause us to obsessively think about someone. This is usually what's going on here. So because this love is emanating from the heart chakra, and like I said earlier, this person is forming a kind of energetic bond with you through their thoughts about you, this heart energy is emanating outward from them, and you are receiving it in your heart chakra. So as a result, you may experience heart racing, heart palpitations. This absolutely will happen in their presence, which is why many people, especially, again, I'm sorry, those of you who are empaths, I know you really get the short end of the stick when it comes to feeling everything, whether it's a body sensation, an emotion, a feeling, a thought, whatever it is, you just get it to the extreme. But in this person's presence, as they emanate this love energy obsessively toward you, you may get that kind of speed up of your heart rate, that stereotypical heart racing feeling that we associate with someone having a crush on a person. But the odd thing is, you can actually experience this physical sensation even if you yourself aren't romantically drawn to this person. And even more strangely, we can actually experience this when we are out of this person's presence. So this could happen late at night, in the middle of the night, randomly during the day. And what I want you to pay attention to confirm whether this energy is truly coming from the person you have in mind is whenever you experience a strange bodily sensation like these heart racing, heart palpitation feelings, notice whether a certain thought, name, or idea pops into your head at the exact same time. And I don't mean like after you experience that physical feeling and then a minute later you're like, I wonder if that was coming from that person. I mean simultaneously in the exact moment you feel your heart race. Do you see that person's face in your mind? Do you hear their name? Do you think of their hometown? Are you thinking of something associated with them? That will be a very telling sign as to whether that person is obsessively thinking about you in a romantic light, radiating this heart chakra energy to you, which you are then feeling in your own heart center. So the next sign is, if you start, okay, this one is something that we have to be careful about. If you start obsessively thinking about them. So I know this sign can be easily mixed up because if you have a crush on someone, if you are romantically interested in someone, you usually begin to think about them, sometimes to an obsessive level. And then if you're coming into a video like this with that intention, it can be easy to misinterpret some of these signs because, for example, this sign, it's like the chicken and the egg scenario, like who is obsessively thinking about who first? Because in truth, when someone is obsessively thinking about us, it can cause us to start obsessively thinking about them. And you may never really know where it started. So again, this sign can be a bit confusing. Use your intuition when interpreting this sign especially. But we can actually begin to obsessively think about a person, to just think about them all day long because they were thinking about us first. Like I said, a hard to interpret sign, but there is one clue that may give you insight as to whether you were the one thinking about them first or whether you are just thinking about them so much because you are sensing them thinking about you. And the clue is this: if these thoughts pop into your head completely out of the blue, like especially when your energy is focused elsewhere or you're trying to focus on another task, or you genuinely do not want to be thinking about them, you genuinely are trying to focus on something else that you're... Sorry guys, I had an alarm go off there. But if you are genuinely trying to focus on another task and it feels as if this person's name or face or voice just keeps popping into your head, it is very likely that you are experiencing thoughts, intrusive thoughts at times, about this person because they are obsessively thinking about you. And finally, just in general, if you feel like you're going crazy, like you are experiencing several of these signs, you feel emotionally all over the place, energetically all over the place, you keep feeling these intrusive thoughts about this person, or you can't stop thinking about them, you're seeing things everywhere that remind you of them, it's like suddenly... Okay, the best way I can put it is this. Suddenly this person is just so present. Even when they're not there, they are there. It's as if they're in the room with you. This is because, in a sense, this person has energetically bonded to you by obsessively thinking about you. They have, in a sense, entered your energy field, merged with your energy field to the point that you are now experiencing them in your day-to-day reality, in your inner world, even if you aren't interacting with them in the external world. So guys, that's it for the signs someone is obsessively thinking about you. Now, as for what this means for you, of course, it depends on your situation. For some of you, you may be excited to discover that this person is obsessively thinking about you because maybe it's your crush, maybe it's a soulmate, a twin flame, someone you feel a deep connection to and want to connect further with this. And maybe this is your confirmation that this person shares your feelings. And if that's the case, then good for you. I'm happy that this video could provide that confirmation. But for others of you, I know you may be listening to this video thinking, I am feeling these intrusive thoughts, feelings, emotions about this person I don't want to be feeling. How do I get rid of them? Whichever headspace you're in on this topic and on whatever you uncovered or discovered from this video, I hope you will check out the description box for a little bit of further guidance on what I would recommend as a solution for either deepening your bond with this person or for clearing your energy field and grounding yourself, protecting your energy to clear away these intrusive thoughts and be able to regain your energetic footing and focus again. Thank you so much for joining me here on this channel, for listening to this podcast. If I resonated with you, I hope you'll subscribe to this channel, leave me a comment, and let me know whether you have ever experienced any of these signs, whether you have ever discovered that someone is obsessively thinking about you through these energetic signs and symptoms. I hope you have a wonderful, magical, manifestational rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again in the next podcast.